Hello guys and welcome to TCR. This is round 14 at the Mexican Grand Prix. Tonight I am your host, Connor J. Loft, but better known as Connor, and I have with me my British sidekick in Dougie. How you doing, Dougie?
Good. It's been a alright time, I guess. It was kind of starting through mid-qualifying. There was a delay, and yeah, kind of excited to do this. Not the first time I've done it, but it should be fun to navigate through the entire Mexico.
For sure. Just to let you guys know, obviously this is the last race, guys, but it won't be the last time you will see TCR. If you would like to know about Season 9 when the start date is, I'm going to tell you about it right now. We are going to be starting up in February 4th to be exact, will be the first race for Silver Class. And obviously February 5th will be Gold, and February 6th will be Platinum. So don't worry about this being the last one. It's not going to be over forever. We're going to be out to race real soon again. You'll be able to watch us real soon. Anything to add about that, Dougie? Anything you want to say about next season?
The fact that it's going to be exciting. More or less people are signing up at the moment are similar to last season. It should be as close as it was last season between the three divisions, and yeah, that's all I can say about it for now. But so
hopefully you'll be racing a full season next season with us.
Yeah, well, yeah. I hopefully will do well. It's been great so far in Platinum, and it's very close, so it should be exciting for next season as well, especially in Gold as well. Next season, more or less the same people are in Gold. We know that Swaprunner won the championship back in USA, I believe, so yeah,
Absolutely.
It's going to be really, really close, because it wasn't like there was a hardcore championship as far as I was aware, and yeah.
Ooh, a big lockup from Kitten's turn one. Sorry to interrupt you. We're just on board with Kitten Petter here as he goes through. He had a big lockup into turn one, so let's see what he does for the rest of his lap. He locks up again. He is really giving it. Now, I don't know if Failed is on a lap, but he needs to get out of the way if he isn't. Good, thank you very much.
Yeah, a lot of traffic compromising his lap.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be better for him, but yeah, it's different. As we can see in the corner of the telemetry I have put up there, he is 0.004. I don't know if that's off. He's bailing out. He's going for the pits. He's going for a quick pit stop. I hope he's got enough time. I don't know if he does. Well, if he can get out with it, he'd need at least a minute, wouldn't he? Or do you think he could get around the track in 50 seconds?
He would have needed to have got in now and got out, but he's held up by his teammate, Ultimate Gamers. So it'd be very, very tricky if he can be able to get out now. It'd be a valiant effort if he can actually do it.
Absolutely.
With 2 minutes to go at Norman Special Ops at the moment is on pole position with 15.2. D-Crime just set his lap. Oh no, he's on his out lap. So he's going out again for one final lap, trying to beat Special Ops time.
I think Airborne's on a lap, but I'm not. No, he's on an out. I think he's on an out lap.
He's about to start his lap, so we'll probably go on board with him. See how he navigates 2.7 miles of Mexico, 2.5 miles of Mexico, I believe. So gets a massive taxi at the exit to start his lap, so it wasn't the best start to a lap.
But I think he was trying to gain more speed, because I have seen when I was doing it in the race myself, if you go a little bit wider, you can gain a little bit of speed. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, the line's a little further up, right? So yeah, exactly, the white line's up there.
Yeah, the longer run, get full top speed. So yeah, he navigated turn 1 to 3 well.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he's not doing too bad of a job here. He's able to and keep it within the lines, and not locking up is a big thing too.
Yeah. It's a steady lap. It's not special at the moment, but he now gets through the S section, 9 through 12, 6 through 12, and then coming into the stadium section.
For sure. Absolutely. He might be up on time. I haven't been too close, but he seems to be doing pretty good. Can he move up from 5th? Yes, he can, and he goes pole.
That's by 0.005 of a second.
Wow.
So.
That is impressive. Here, I'm on board with D-Crime, as he's obviously on his lap too. So, for sure, hopefully he can get himself up there, because it's a chance for him with Swanner and W doing their, I guess, championship last to first. It gives him a chance to go up as Flying Yippo with a 1:15.2, so real close there too, as he's a reserve from Silver, so pretty good from him.
Yeah, it's very close. Very, very close in the top 4 alone, covered within a 1/10 of a second, but can D-Crime beat that 15.2? Does he?
Yes, he does. 15.0. Wow. What's a lap? What a lap.
Good lap for what we've got right now. Very close between 2nd to 3rd.
I got Dre Diggy. I'm on board with Dre Diggy right now, as he comes into the baseball section, or the baseball filling arena. Goes a little wide.
I think he either invalidated or just bailed out the lap, so it just leaves failed UX.
And Ultimate Gamers.
Ultimate Gamers have completed their lap, and failed UX goes P2, 15 flat. So
wow.
15, the 1:15.0 club is starting to form up now, and then Ultimate Gamers.
0.010 between the two of them. Wow. Wow. Do you want to pull up the standings for me, please, and just say it out right now while we're waiting to go on the grid?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, that'd be very much appreciated. He's just pulling it up, guys.
This is standings, actually.
Did you get it? I did send it to you?
You did not send it to me, no.
Huh. Did it? My apologies, guys. This is, I guess, a technical difficulty from the phone. It's just, yeah. Let me see if it did send to you. Huh, that's weird. That is very odd. No, that's not the right one. Okay. I will do it myself. Sorry about this, guys. Just something's not working on my phone. Excuse
yeah, that's
me,
fine, but D-Crime did get pole position with a 1:15 flat. And
yes, he did.
102nd covered top 2 from...
Alright, so...
failed UX.
So for the standings, guys, obviously, as we already know, this year's champion, he locked it up in USA, so it is Swarner. He won the championship with 223 points. Second in the championship, and a close, obviously close to Swarner, was W with 187. Airborne was in third with 150, but D-Crime, if Airborne was not to score points, would need the win and also the fastest lap in order to go ahead. That would be the only way he could jump up. We have Dre Diggy in 5th, Spec Ups in 6th with 73 points, Failed UX with 60 points, so this qualifying would be good for him if he wants to move up in the standings. In 9th is Frost Hacker with 49, 10th Kitten Petter with 42, 11th Gracia with 41, 12th Mr. Clueless with 32, D'Angelo with 30, B Smooth with 27, E-Rec with 13. Ultimate Gamers also is tied on points with him with 13 points. Login 17th with 6. Varun in 18th with 4 points. Dorian in 19th with a single point. And last but not least, for all you Red Wing fans, Red Wing Racing is in 20th. As for the constructors, that was also tied up a little while ago, I would say. So in first is the Renault with 373 points. In second place is the Ferrari with 214. But I think that's wrong. Yeah, sorry, it's 314 on the thing. It's on the standings. It's incorrect. 314. In third is Williams with 125. Fourth is Alfa Romeo with 112. Fifth is Mercedes with 78. Sixth is Haas with 74. Seventh is Red Bull with 71. Eighth is Racing Point with 67. Ninth is McLaren with 55. And in last place is the Toro Rossos in 10th. Let's run through the lineup. Dougie, do you want to run through the lineup of who's first and who's 19th?
Yeah, I can. So, D-Crime gets pole position. Did a 15 flat with failed UX, P2 with a 15 flat also, so 100 a second coming top 2. F1 Tiger and Special Ops did also match times 15.2 for each of them, third and fourth. Flying Jipper P5 with a 15.3. Dre, second Alfa Romeo driver, P6. With Kitten and Ultimate Gamers, the 2 McLarens in 7th and 8th. Log in 9th and the 1st of the Mercedes, and the Red Bull of Mystic Clues in 10th place. First of the fresh tyre runners will be VX loading on a fresh set of soft tyres, with Dorian Alpha also on a fresh set of soft tyres. E-Rex 13th, and the Toro Rosso with a fresh set of hard tyres. While Frost Hacker in 15th, also on the hard tyres, with Locking Up 16th on the mediums, W 17th on the medium tyres, Fortnite and 18th on the soft tyre, Coleman rounding out the grid.
Well, he's had some technical difficulties, so hopefully he won't have any issues as we are on grid with D-Crime in first. We're just waiting for those lights to go out. Alright. We have 5 lights, and we're away. Good start from Crime, but a better start from Failed. As they go neck and neck down into turn 1. They're side by side going into turn 1. Who is going to be the late breaker? It looks like D-Crime. Looks like D-Crime has got the lead back as an Alfa Romeo goes off the track. As D-Crime comes into turn 3, he has got a little bit of gap now to Failed, so a really aggressive start, and with that break-in zone to take the lead when they were side by side.
Yeah, everyone's trying to bunch them. Everyone's bunching up the field in the back here. 3 cars going wide into turn 4 as McLaren spins of Ultimate Gamers, and he comes back on track. It almost hits Log. I think Log may have sustained damage from the back there around 17th and 18th, but at the moment, it's all more or less missing. Other than that, it was all more or less clean in the back end as D-Crime starts to lead from failed UX, as you just mentioned, and it's
second.
Relatively quietly chaotic, but relatively clean start as well.
Absolutely, and obviously you can see already with Failed pulling out a lead, but Airborne is on the back of Failed. He's going down the straight. He's going to make a move here. They're side by side going into turn 1.
No
Can
DRS,
he make it
of course.
stick?
So.
Yep. Can he make it stick? Ooh, is it almost touch? And I think they do. Ooh, it's neck and neck still. They're very close together. They're coming down to turn 3 now. And in the back, Dre Diggy's trying to make a move as well. So this is just costing Airborne time as he gets by. Oh! No, Dre! I think Dre got some damage. He tried to be too aggressive on... No, he did not. Okay. Did he make...
No, he tried. No, he didn't make damage, but he tried to force himself into the position where Vale just tried to hold on as best he could.
Yeah. As now Kitten is on the back of Failed here. As they go into the baseball section.
Yeah, that's all his momentum now. Yeah, he's under pressure from Kitten Feather, and he's now...
He's giving it everything he's got. I mean, he really wants a good finish here. And ooh, Dre Diggy getting a little wide out of the last corner. It's giving Failed UX good traction. As they come down into turn 1. I think Failed might have this.
We'll have it. He has the high ground for turn 1.
Ooh, they collide again.
Dre turns in too early, hits him, and then they almost both spun. And then now he's under pressure now with Kitten. And there's like a 7-car train after that.
It's really looking cool. As we're only on lap 3, guys. This is only lap 3. As Swarner's made a move up from to 10th, starting last. Might want to remember that. Ooh, as Mr. Clues and Crosshacker. Someone's off track. It looks like it's Erec. Yes, he has wing damage. As we're going to go back up to the top.
Flying Jippo loses momentum, and now Special Ops is putting pressure on him. Can't really make the move stick.
As I'm on board with Kitten here, guys. He's right on the back of Dre Diggy. He just doesn't seem to get a better exit than Dre Diggy does, and it's just with this DRS, unless he's running shorter wings, they both have DRS, so it's not going to really help Kitten as much, but Failed was able to keep a gap. Dre locks up into turn 1. As Kitten gets a really good, and he gets a really good exit. Is he going to be able to make the move? Oh, Dre's got some lag again, so sorry guys about that. It's unfortunate that happens, but don't worry, they may not collide. It may just be due to lag, so just keep an eye out for what the wings are in that with his unfortunate issue with the internet today. Anything you can see?
Nothing at the moment, but clearly the Special Ops has just got past Flying Jippo, and Flying Jippo's the first one to start to struggle on the soft tires. His strategy is now starting to come into play. We're only on lap 4.
As Swarner is up to, sorry to interrupt, but Swarner made the move on Dorian as Dorian goes
wide. Yeah, so collision in turn, and the stadium section as Kitten gets spun round, and Coleman might have sustained damage because he broke his front wing from there, and Special Ops might be involved in that.
Kitten has wing damage too. I did not catch that. Did you catch the whole thing, or did you just catch the aftermath?
I caught the aftermath of Kitten's being spun around by, I believe, Dre, but he spun around, and then Coleman got hit underneath him and broke his front wing. So now...
Well, we will see some stewards' decisions here probably today, as there's a yellow flag sector 1, but I think that's for Swarner because he was going slightly slower. As
Flying Jippo gets hit from underneath from Coleman now. Both struggling with braking, both Flying Jippo, I believe, and Coleman. Partly due because of the broken front wing, and now Special Ops is now trying to see if he could be able to move stick on Coleman, but it doesn't really work, and lost all his momentum coming into all of that.
I'm wondering if there was an issue for Red Wing, if maybe that was it, because Red Wing Racing is not in the race right now. I'm not too sure what's going on with him, but yeah. Yeah, that looks like the biggest battle is, yes, Coleman. As he's going into turn 1. He's got him before that, but he just tries to snap the draft because You can get really good draft at this track, especially with the long straight down to turn 1. It is such a prime overtaking place. Even turn 3, you can set yourself up for it.
Yeah, you can. Slipstream is very powerful, yeah, and DRS. But if you can be able to get it within the DRS, it's pretty much like it's a set deal, really, unless you've got DRS and the stream speed for it. And we got strategy involved with Kitten pitting. I know he has fresh wing and everything like that, but he is the first person to pit. Soft tires might. Soft tires might degrade.
They will very quickly.
In a few laps, potentially around lap 10. It wouldn't be too quickly. I feel like you could still maintain the pace because Airborne Tiger is starting to catch the leader of D-Crime at the moment.
Yes,
so
he is.
To settle down.
He's within 7/10. He's been putting down that time that D-Crime got at the beginning of the race from failed, and he is flying on the track. He is coming with some authority. As he's only 0.2 behind D-Crime now. As it does change through the sections, and maybe he's setting up for the straight, but he's a lot closer than he was last lap.
Yeah, we probably potentially these two for the battle for the win, because they've got that gap now, and if they wanted to two-stop, they could probably go to the mediums until like lap 25, where they can be able to push for the softs to the end. They could do that. The two-stop is viable for them. If they wanted to, they could also do the hard tires to the end. They don't necessarily need to battle now, but at the moment, D-Crime is now starting to respond to the pressure that Airborne Tiger is now starting to put down, so it's just whether or not he can stick Airborne Tiger to be able to get done.
I think there's going to be a move at the end of this lap. He is still within 5/10, so he really is right on his bumper, and he's knocking on that door. Can he get through, though? Can he get his second win of this season? Ooh, as he gets a little wobbly out of the last turn. That will affect him slightly, but doesn't seem too much. And I think he's going to get a pretty good run here, so let's see what Crime's got for defending this. He goes to the inside. As Airborne goes to the outside, a little bit of squeeze, but that's okay. Oh, they touch. They do touch. But it's okay because they just touch tires, I think.
Yeah, but here we go. Defends very well.
Airborne into turn 3, got the inside. They're side by side. This is incredible to see. Oh, Airborne with a 3-second time penalty, I thought. So yes, he was going quite wide, and he got a track limits warning. So that's one penalty, unfortunately, to him. So that could hinder his chances here. But let's see what he's got.
It could, but D-Crime defended very well.
Absolutely,
despite the
yes.
DRS and Slipstream and whatever engine was he's using right now. It wasn't enough for him to get the move done. It wasn't an easy pass, so this could be a long battle.
As Crime goes really deep in there, I think his tires are starting to scream at him. As Airborne does make the move.
I think he's trying to get DRS. I think that was a DRS pass.
It's possible, but I thought that was not allowed in this. But I'm not too sure. I thought he just went too deep because it looked like he did.
It looked like he went too deep, but I think he went to get the DRS until you don't get the strategy or his dip well.
As they are side by side, Airborne's still beside him. Crime goes really deep into there and does make the move stick.
Yeah, I think he's trying to use the DRS now so he can try and pull away, create a better gap. But
it's possible, but Airborne is right there. I told you that drag it's so powerful here. As long as you're close enough, you can, with DRS, it just makes it that much easier for you to make a pass, you know?
Yeah, I feel that helped out D-Crime a lot. I feel like he was trying to save some of his DRS there while sustaining that DRS so he can maintain that lead. So it's a smart play. It's fair enough. It's not legal, so it's perfectly fine. As Coleman does get past Trey.
And Frost Hacker does also make a move on Mr. Oh, V's lost his wing. He's lost his wing. He's got no wing.
Yeah, an instant, I believe.
Going back on board with Airborne as he's trying to come down the straight, but I don't think he's going to attack, so Ultimate Gamers is right on Log's gearbox, and he's wanting to make a move.
There's 2 for him, and Flying Jibber gets past Dre. We're in lap 10, so this is where some of the soft tire runners will start thinking of pitting. There's only a few medium runners, 2 medium runners to be exact, so 3 medium runners. So there's only 2 medium runners that could put them in the threat, and that's W and fucking up.
As Swarner makes a move on Dre as well. Swarner, who started, might I add, in last place, has made his way up to 6th position after 10 laps. He is on a mission. I did talk to him before the race, and he said since he did win the race last week, he said he wanted to do a last to first challenge. So we'll see what he has in the bank. And W as well was another person that was going to do it. So 2 people on different strategies, one on the medium, one on the softs. I believe they are going to 2-stop if I am correct from what I was hearing from him, but I'm not sure if he's changed his mind. But he's really making some moves up. Oh, as another person. That's the 2nd person. I know it's a very short pit lane here, but as Swarner's going for a move for the lead, makes it stick. So he, for the time being, while everyone is in the pits. Oh, Airborne's got over D-Crime in the pits.
Yes. Everybody was just swarming into the pits. Like at least 7 or 8 cars just went in the pit lane all at the same time. So he probably got held up during that stop.
And he's lost I would say he's lost a good 2 seconds from that, or at least a second.
Yes, and now Swarner takes the lead at the Grand Prix. If you had to pit, the top 2 have to pit. W will take the lead at the Grand Prix for a few laps and be our inherent leader, but at the moment, Airborne Tiger is our net leader. The medium tires. D-Crime is on the soft tire, interestingly, and Airborne's on the medium. So, D-Crime is trying to get 2 stops, soft medium.
Did you say Airborne's on the soft tires?
No, D-Crime's on the soft tires.
I think you've got a glitch. Yeah, you do have a glitch. He's on the mediums. As Airborne got really loose there.
Wait, what?
But then D-Crime running back through. Yeah, there's a Codemasters. It's a great game. They show softs in some corners, but if you get to a certain angle, it will show the medium tires. It's a glitch in the game.
Mediums. Okay, yes. So they're both doing the same strategy. Yes. Okay,
yes. If you, what I do to get rid of that is I just pull up the tire on the element on your screen.
I didn't know, because that's also a viable strategy as well. To be fair.
Yes, so, both strategies are good. As D-Crime does make the move stick, so a little bit more comfortable on these medium tires than Airborne is. So let's see what happens here. I love running on board with these guys. These are some good racing today.
There's still like an incredible train from, let's say, Kit and Feta all the way to the Special Ops in 13.
Yeah, because
it's as soon as who was it? Dre that was no, it was actually Flying Chipper who came out of the pits. There was like 10 cars in the same straight, and lucking up, not having any luck at the moment, and lost 6 positions just by making 1 error.
The medium tires are starting to grain a little bit for lucking up, so he's trying to go on the medium tires first, and hopefully he can get to as many laps as he needs so that he can go on the soft and do 2 stops on the soft, you know?
Yeah. As Airborne Tiger is trying to go back on the move again. As
he does make the move down the straight, but D-Crime is coming back at him into turn 1. But I think he's got the move stuck, and the better thing is he's going to get DRS again. And with him being able to take his lines, should give him enough to get away while saving that ERS for the next straight, because
this is now starting to bring failed UX into play.
It has brought him, but he is on the soft tires, so he's decided to go, I think, soft medium, so he's trying to push it right now to maybe get a gap, but at the end of the race, Airborne and Crime are going to be...
For his strategy to work, he would need to overtake the top two.
Yes, you do. Because he gets a little bit wide through there.
As we've seen with these two, they've been fighting all race long and they haven't actually pulled the gap. So it'll be interesting to see if Failed actually can get the
It is also bringing Coleman into this race now. Coleman is now...
Coleman was actually DRS, kind of a dark horse really, because like he was secretly doing fastest laps during the soft split. He was flying for a moment, and now all of a sudden,
Jippo sets the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, and yes, absolutely. Coleman is with his internet issues he's had.
Failed dives down the inside, gets past D-Crime instantly.
Yes, he is going to try and make a move on Airborne here with DRS. He will have DRS. Airborne takes the inside line. Failed is trying to make a late move as he does get to the inside. Can he make it stick without there being contact? It doesn't look like he can make the move stick, so good defense from Airborne, so
it's only a matter of time really before Failed can get past.
Yes.
Just on the faster tire, and everyone is just going so slow for Failed.
It is true, and the worst part is he's not only holding Failed up, and Failed's not able to get by right now, but he's not being able to get away from Crime because he's having to push to keep this guy behind him. As he gets very close, Failed. If I'm him, I would push the as much as I could, but I'd also be smart because you want to make those medium tires last so that when you do get the softs, you get a real nice fresh soft, and you know you can push at the end, whereas Failed is pushing now, and then he's going to be on the mediums at the end, which will be different towards the other two drivers. But
yeah, as Failed does get past and takes the lead of the Grand Prix, well, the net lead of the Grand Prix, so he needs to now build a bigger gap as he can to try and make the mediums in last.
Special ops.
Special ops.
He spun and cracked his wing, so he did it the inside. Is it the inside wall? Yes, it was the inside wall, just after the S's. I don't know what happened there. He got a little bit loose there. Sorry, guys, for missing that, but hopefully he can get back to the pits. That's unfortunate. Now, not to mention, I know you said Coleman was coming through the field, but it is good to know that he does have a few time penalties. If you could actually bring up from 1st to 6th, please, and tell me the time penalties.
I'll bring it up in a second because I feel like as they crash into each other.
Coleman and Crime.
Coleman was trying to go for a move there. I don't understand what he was trying to do.
I think if I'm not wrong, I think Crime tried to shut the door but was too late.
I think Coleman was trying to go for. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to go for a move on the outside of that corner, but I think he
it was just weird.
I feel like that was a weird.
Yes.
Weird thing to do.
As Airborne and Failed are fighting right now.
But
this is for position.
Lost D-Crime time, and that threw away Coleman's race really.
Absolutely, I think the stewards will be looking at that to see what went on there, because I'm not sure, as Mr. Clueless is lagged out. That's an unfortunate time for him to have some internet lag, so hopefully he can get back in quick enough so he doesn't miss too much. Oh, I do have sound, okay. As W gets a time penalty after he just pit. So, not a good thing to come out of the pits on fresh tires and do that. But I believe he's doing a one-stop, so this is going to be interesting to see from W.
He's doing a one-stop. I don't think that is the preferred strategy.
But if he can make it work, he's going to take the lead. He's going to inherit the lead, yes. Yes, he will.
In theory, he will inherit the lead, but everyone will be coming on in faster tires, especially the top two, who aren't really. I don't think W is going to win the Grand Prix. I don't believe it. I think he probably might finish third or fourth.
If you do the math and do the gap. He's on these fresh tires right now. He's only 6 seconds away from Dre, Dre's only 3.5 seconds from Swarner. So he's only looking at about 12 seconds to 13 seconds to failed.
Yeah, it's an 18-second pit stop.
Is it? Okay, yes.
They'll literally catch him in like 2 laps.
I guess, yeah, you could say that, yes. It all depends, though. It all depends how fast he can go at the beginning of his stint. If he can get in within the gap to Dre, I think he's got a better chance of winning the race.
Realistically, you're looking at Airborne Tiger, Failed UX, Flying Jippo, D-Crime. Maybe Swarner.
I would say Swarner's in there.
There's now a train with Prostack who's yet to pit on the hard tires, and the hard tires are just incredibly slow right now, and he's now got a 6-car train.
Oh, absolutely. I know. Here we go, as Failed goes for a move. But Airborne's going to get DRS too. Oh! I don't think they touched that. Just an Frost Hacker and Airborne side by side. Frost Hacker does get it. Now he's got Flying Jippo. And Flying Jippo is on the soft tires too. 2 different strategies here. Well, 3 different, because you got Frost Hacker who is on the older hard. Sorry, excuse me. I couldn't say that at all. As Flying Hippo gets around the outside of Frost Hacker, so this has really helped out everyone in the top 6.
Especially Failed, who got past him in the first part of the DRS. Now built up that gap that he needed. He needs to build up another 1.5 seconds because he's now out of DRS range. So this, for Failed, if he wants to win this Grand Prix, he needs to pull away now and hope that Flying Jippo and D-Crime and Swarner all fight each other now, because they're all on the same strategy. When the pit stops come around again.
I'm watching it from onboard Swarner right now, as we're going to go on a lap with the Season 8 Gold Champion.
Now seeing all of this going on, Frosthacker is still defending on those dead mediums as D-Crime is trying to get past him, and he's forcing him wide, and Swarner gets 2 for 1, as much as you'd like, gets P4, and now D-Crime is now vulnerable for P5. That was through kind of no fault of his own. Now, and I think he got an illegal overtake just to add insult when he was being held up by Frosthacker. So now it's Failed, Flying Jippo, and Swarner in top 4 now.
Do you want to bring up the penalties for the top 6, please? Actually, do the top 7 since they're all so close together.
I can do. Okay. So, at the moment, Failed has just 2 penalties. While Flying Jippo also has 2 penalties. Airborne Tiger has just 1 penalty. Swarner has just 2 warnings. No penalty. Frosthacker has no penalty, but he's yet to pit. And D-Crime has no penalties as well. And Dre has 1 penalty, so it's more or less 1 to 2 penalties, and like Swarner and D-Crime are the only 2 who yet to have penalties. So.
But D-Crime has also got a... he's close enough, isn't he? He's got 2 warnings right now.
No, he's got 1 warning.
Oh, he's only got 1, okay.
D-Crime's got 1 warning, Swarner has 2 warnings.
So obviously now that Swarner's been brought into this battle, I don't know how if he can manage it, but worst to first? Or last to first? That would be a brilliant race for him. I mean, definitely driver of the day. I did want to put in the chat, guys, just to let you know, after the race we will be doing the top 3 drivers. And if Swarner is not in the top 3, we will have him as the champion, as one of the drivers in there, so we can get his thoughts on the season, him winning, and we'd like to see, we're going to pick a couple questions, so if you want to put your questions in the comments, we'll be picking a couple for us to ask him from you guys.
Has failed at a 5-second stop go, I believe, or he's just having a delayed pit. He's pitted.
Frosthacker as well, as Frosthacker gets in front of him.
Yeah, so he had a 5-second stop go penalty, or 5-second penalty somewhere, so failed. Now has to push like crazy if he wants to get
we
back
have a
in.
virtual safety car?
We do?
For what? There's no one off track. VX loading. I think VX loading is out, so perfect time for you guys to change tires if you can. If you're in the pits while the safety car is on. This is going to very much help Frosthacker and Failed, because while it is a slower pace, you can get up a little bit, and because of gaining a slight, it's not the biggest amount of time, but if you're within somewhat to a gap, I mean, you can gain a second somehow in there. I have seen it help them as well. So I don't think he's going to inherit the lead, Frosthacker, but
as VSC ends and they still continue going out, so they'll still continue going out because the VSC isn't really worth it to them, especially for the medium runners. It's Warner and Everyone Tiger and D-Crime. They don't necessarily need to pit now. They'll have to pit in around 3 to 4 laps time. As Dre gets past D-Crime, locks up, but still makes the move stick and hits each other.
I think Dre just turned in. I don't think he realized he was there and just turned into him, I guess. Yeah. I'm not too sure what to think about this, guys, but
I think Dre just lost the back end. I think D-Crime was just there, trying to probably go for a switchback or something, or try and go around the outside, but it just didn't really work out. And D-Crime picks up a penalty for it. Corner cutting up incident itself, but just a nothing instant, and
now this is going to affect him for the race win now, because I believe if I'm him, he has to go into the mediums now, as Coleman with another time penalty. He's not really having a great race now since his coming together with D-Crime, so unfortunately...
Yes, as Flying Jippo hits from the soft tyres, so it's now a runner 1-2, both of them on the medium tyres, going as long as possible. So realistically, we're looking at, initially it was going to be D-Crime versus Everyone Tiger, but now it's Everyone Tiger, Swarner, and Flying Jippo, potentially, for the race win.
Now, just a question to ask you. Since Swarner is the champion, do you think he's going to make a move on Airborne, or do you think he's going to... Oh no, he is going to make a move. I thought he may spit, but he's just faster than Airborne is, so... I mean, as we speak right now, guys, we may have... I don't know if this has ever been done before with 19 people on the grid, but he has gone from 19th to 1st right now, guys. First. Oh, Frosthacker. I think Frosthacker has spun. Yes, he has.
He is net leader, but at the moment he's leader. But at the moment, I think Flying Jippo is net leader at the moment, so he's not done yet, and he's on the medium tires. So if Flying Jippo wants to win this race, he needs to
get on it now.
Get on it now, because as soon as Warner and Everyone Tiger pit for their soft tires, which will be in say about 3 or 4 laps time, well 2 or 3 laps time even, and now we're looking at, it's probably going to be one of the 2 Renaults and Flying Jippo for the race win.
I would say you're probably correct, guys. In the chat, put your top 3 predictions for who you think is going to win the race at the end here, as we come down for the closing 12 laps of the race.
As Dre tries to go again, and I think D-Crime got past Dre a lap before, and now Dre has DRS.
As Chris Favell in the chat says, we've had many people who have won from dead last. Still would be impressive though, that's what he said. So, I think that's a good.
There you go.
And we had OEM RSX saying TCR with the British commentators on deck. So, props out to you, I guess. Mr. Dougie. As Joey in the comments said that he believes Swarner is going to run the race. That's who his prediction for the race win is. As he has got a decent gap though.
Historian spins, I think he's called it a day and is retired from the session. So.
He was in the pits when he did that then?
Yeah, no, he did it in turn 1.
Oh, okay.
As Dre gets past him. So these two are now just battling for relatively P4, P5 right now. Still 10 laps to go.
We still have a yellow flag check to 1. I think that is for him. So we're just going to stay on board, guys. We're going to go actually on board with W here. As he's made a move around Crime with his... Oh, Coleman got disqualified for too many penalties. Oh, man. That's unfortunate to hear.
Just too many penalties.
Yeah,
30 seconds. So he had more than 30 seconds worth of penalties, because that's what's required.
I believe so.
Usually.
I guess after his damage
race leader does pit, so now...
I don't... Yeah,
where would that put him?
We're about to find out as he comes out of the pits, guys. It looks like Flying Yippo is just coming around the last corner now. So, can Swarner get out? He's gonna get out, but I think Flying... Yes, he is. So,
he's on the soft tire.
Failed is actually the leader. And the outright leader, but Flying Yippo goes for the move on the inside. He does make it stick.
Does make it sick, but they don't need to necessarily fight this because Swarner is going to be on their tails right now. And to be honest, it was very close. Swarner might take the lead of the Grand Prix at the end of this. We yet to see where Airborne's going to come out. He was 2 seconds behind Swarner. Swarner started pushing, and he pushed really quickly. So,
ooh, as Swarner makes slight collision with Failed here. So, not the greatest thing there coming out of the pits. I know you're on the faster tire, but you still got to be careful. As it doesn't look like he got wing damage, so he looks like he's okay. As they come into the makeshift, what is regularly a baseball diamond.
So everyone trying to pit for his fresher soft tires to the end of the Grand Prix. So does Dre. So that means W takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Now
Swarner gets a really good move there. And is he going to get a run on both of them? I think he is. I think Airborne came out of the pits as they were just flying. So everyone's got a little bit of time to make up. But if I'm him, I'm like, race. These guys race in front of me because...
Swarner takes net lead of the Grand Prix. Well, effectively, W's going to the end on the hard tires. So, he's got 7 seconds to catch W, who is effectively net leader, but I don't think he will probably win the Grand Prix. He would just be too slow at the end. And it's Flying Jiffo and Failed trying to battle for the final podium positions, unless they can somehow...
Now, I would just like to mention this. Flying Yippo is regularly a silver driver who is, I believe, trying to try out for gold. So, if he can get a podium in his first race, that would be a very big ups for him. Considering he did say this is the first time he's running no assists at all. This is his first time. Yes, first race doing it. Oh, as he gets... Oh. Commentator's curse, unfortunately for him.
Swimming was flying 16.3 fastest lap, 4 seconds. You gained 3 seconds.
In one lap.
3.2 seconds in one lap on W's.
That is massive. Now, I'm on board with Airborne as Flying Hippo and Failed are still side by side. As Airborne gets a very good exit, he's going to get a huge run here. Can he make it stick? 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Oh, and everyone made it through. Wow. 3 wide does not usually work there. As Airborne gets a little impatient, trying to make a move on Failed. He knows he's got the faster tires. He knows he's going to make up. Quite a big gap, actually, to Swarner now. So
yeah, they've been fighting so hard they didn't necessarily need to do that, and now all of a sudden, Airborne Tiger is about to steal P3 even before they even get to the DRS straight.
Move, but as they touch.
Do touch. Who gets DRS in that? I think Failed got DRS in that just about.
Failed. But Airborne should have enough, hopefully ERS, to get away. But this is just helped out Flying Hippo.
It wasn't Failed. Airborne got it.
No.
And now Failed is a sitting duck now between the thing as
flying. Oh, he tried to send it in there. He was getting a little bit too aggressive.
He tried to dive it in the inside, blocked up, and then just hit the back of him.
Yes. Wasn't very controlled, but now this gives Airborne a chance to hopefully build a little bit of a gap here through the S's, because I know these new softs compared to 8-lap old mediums, they're not going to be screaming as much as the mediums would be if they were new. Just the grip difference is so dramatically different that he's just, as I'm saying, he's already pulled out a 7/10 of the gap already, almost 8/10 now.
Yeah, and I think Airborne Tiger will probably finish second in all this, because even after that much fighting, I think he will still catch W towards the end. W might just take a P3 after he had a solid run.
Now, there is something to mention. I don't know if he's going to do it, but Chris was saying that he was told by Swarner that he was going to 3-stop. So if he does keep to his word and he does another stop, I don't know if he's going to change his mind now, but he did say, if I am correct, he said, I'm not doing a 2-stop, I'm doing a 3-stop. But if he does stick to it, that would actually give W or Airborne the chance to win the race. Now, I do believe it does depend on if Airborne is able to catch up. Maybe then he'll be a nice teammate and let him by and let him win a race. But if I'm Swarner, you've just gone from last and you have a chance to win this race, I'm not pitting again.
It'd be kind of, unless just to flex, it'd be kind of dumb right now just to pit, especially when you're about to take the Grand Prix. But,
and especially if you started last and you're about to, Swarner gets a better exit than W, but is he going to get the undercut? W gets really loose there. He got too much on the curve. I think those hard tires are just saying, nope, I can't do this no more. But they are side by side up the straight. W with some great straight line speed. Some great straight line speed. He is pulling away. Wow, he has, wow.
I think Swarner is just battling for the sake of battling. Just,
Swarner with a 3-second time penalty. So now everyone, Airborne as well included, has 1 penalty too as well, I believe you said. So
yeah, I think W is definitely not going to win this race because I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 penalties, 5 by 3 is.
W has 5 penalties? Okay.
Yeah, he has 5 penalties, yeah.
So all Swarner needs to do is, as a Sector 1 yellow flag for... I don't have... it might be Special Ops, but I'm not too sure. I didn't see anything on there. As we are on board with Swarner. It's been a lot of Renault viewage point from the stream today, as both Airborne and Swarner have been battling for the lead. Obviously, we've been flicking back and forth between everyone else, but the Renaults seem to be very strong here today, so...
Yeah, it was looking like 5 or 6 different drivers could have won this race if they just didn't make any mistakes.
Making a move into turn 1.
Swarner takes the lead in the Grand Prix. So yeah, like... I'd say about 7 drivers could have potentially would have won this race. And it ends up Swarner is about to win the Grand Prix.
No, so, W with a comeback move as they go down turn 3 side by side. I think W is going to get him. As a drag race to the... Oh, and a good switchback by Swarner, who has the inside. But W will have a good exit. This is some very good racing, guys. But all this race... Oh, W with another time penalty. I think at this point, he says, I'm just going to try and win it on track. But, crazy thing to see. Oh, yellow flag. Kitten retires. Oh, no. Let me see if I can get a vantage point of what happened to Kitten.
Yeah, he probably just retired in turn... Yeah, he retired in turn 1, so... yeah, coming back to this battle though, it's kind of interesting what they're doing. I think Thor is just battling for the sake of battling, and is now bringing everyone Tiger into play.
Failed might, yeah. No, I don't think failed. Yeah. Oh, failed a podium. Might. Yes.
Yeah, P3. Yes.
Yes. Depending on the differences and penalties between him, Yippo, and maybe Dre Diggy, but I think Dre has a few. But if you check those 4 to see who has the more penalties, to see who would maybe get our final podium position, we can go from there.
I think we'll keep it a surprise.
You want to keep it a surprise? Okay.
We're gonna keep it a surprise,
because I feel like
guys. It ruins it a bit. But at the moment,
I think if I'm
we know
thinking
that
correct,
at the moment
tires are going off.
Swarner is just battling with something, like I said earlier, and now everyone's out within 4 seconds, 3 seconds of his own teammate now. So he's just catching and pushing away as Flying Jifo is trying to get failed both on the same tires as D-Crime.
Oh, as D-Crime retires.
D-Crime
retires. Trying to catch out where he did that. Did he full speed in somewhere, or did he hit the inside wall? I'm still not seeing his car.
He lost it, probably, coming at the exit. Yeah,
oh,
he did.
Yes,
he lost
he did.
It
yes.
Lost it at the exit of the S section. His race is now
yes,
done.
He did.
Was running in P8, I believe, and
pole leader, or pole race is out of the race, so an unfortunate event for him as well.
Yeah, W pits. W went to the pits, so I think his tires were dead and just pitted.
I think Swarner is gonna. I think Swarner is gonna pit too. I think Swarner will pit this lap. If he is going to abide by his word and say he's going to 3-stop, I believe he will pit. But W, I think he should have stayed out. I think with that many penalties, I think you struggle on those hards to make sure.
W pits now drops back to P7, so I don't know what happened there, why he did that, but...
Fastest lap, I guess? Maybe that's what he wants to set, is for the last race, he wants fastest lap.
Does Swarner pit? He does not pit, so he's going... Surely he's going to the end, there's no point.
Well...
As everyone is now P2, Flying Jibber P3 and failed UX. Of course, this is now a battle for the final podium spot between Failed and Jibber before whatever penalties is applied.
If I'm flying, I think he just got by. I think you try and keep... But I thought Frosthacker might have had a chance to get in with it, but I don't think so with his early spin he had. I think he took too much out of those tires when he had that early spin. That's just going to affect him a little bit too much. But This is good to see between failed and flying as a 5-second penalty for special ops for going and speeding in the pits. So it's an unfortunate. I think he's just trying to set the fastest lap now. I think he's just got nothing left to worry about. But I believe he is a lap down, or will be. I believe so. Now, with Torner going on to the last lap, I think he's going to win.
Sorry, start says that last lap he is definitely two-stopping. So, I don't know if he was just joking about when he said that. So, final lap then. F1 Tiger is on P2, Flying Chip P3 and failed UX having another go. See if you can get past Flying Jippo or that final podium spot on track. And he gets a good run on the DRS and he does make a mistake. And I don't think Flying Jippo can respond to DRS and the ERS.
Yeah, I think if he's gonna have to make a move, he needs to stay close enough to him into the stadium section and as he gets really loose there, so that's probably gonna kill that move. So buying any penalties or anything happening, it looks like our top 3 is set as Airborne is cutting the gap down, but just don't think he's gonna have enough time. But I do think Swarner's just playing around. I don't know if he's actually gonna let him by on the last corner here.
He isn't, but he's celebrating to take the victory here. And Swarner comes around the last corner to take victory of the Mexican Grand Prix, or does he?
Yes, he does.
Swarner wins the Mexican Grand Prix from F1 Tiger P2. Failed UX takes P3 and holds P3 with Flying Jippo P4. And that's your top 4.
Flying Jippo had a few penalties, yes. His Frock Hacker goes up to 4th.
Fourth.
But still a good outing from Flying Jippo to produce a top 5 in your first gold race. Well done from him. As Log comes across the line and he goes up to 7th due to W's penalties. I think W might have enough time to ultimate our last. One of our last guys on track. There's still a few, but yes. As Ultimate Gamers goes across the line and locking up is going to come across the line with Special Ops at the same time. And that is the Grand Prix, guys. We're going to get the top 3 in here. Just like to mention, I was a little late. We had so much there that we didn't get a chance to say anything, but we'd just like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Fanatec. If you're interested in getting a wheel or want to get presents for, you know, a person or a nice gift, they have a little sponsorship with us. We get a little percentage that goes towards TCR that gives us a little bit of more momentum to do bigger and better things. So if you're looking to get one, there is a link on the TCR website if you can, and you can also at the same time, if you're not in TCR and you are wanting to get in for Season 9, which starts up February 4th with the Silver Race, February 5th for the Golden Race, and February 6th for the Platinum Race. There is also a link on the page that allows you to apply for a spot in TCR. So if you want to do that. Dougie, last thoughts on the race today?
Yeah, it was a very good race. Strategy was very important. He was up and down the field, and it ended up being a Renault 1-2. So from pretty much last in the grid to winning the Grand Prix.
For sure, yeah, that was good.
So, yeah, who would you say your driver of the day is?
I would have to say it's Swarner. So anyone that goes 18th to P1 gets a vote, and a close second I'd have to say is Frosthacker, who came from 15th on the grid and got a P4. Can you do me a favor and invite the top 3, please?
I can do.
Once we get back to the lobby, you can just click on the name and invite. I have it closed. Sorry, I will do the inviting since I have it closed. Sorry, guys, if it's paused. I think it might be paused for a second. Try and do this as quick as possible. Sorry, guys. Shit. Shoot. Shoot. Right there. Okay, guys, we're gonna have the top 3 hopefully come in here. Sorry for the blue screen. Apologies. If you have any questions to ask our top 3, please say so now. Lopez said, ask one about his... No, we're not saying that on the stream. Lopez.
What? Huh?
Go on the stream, you'll see it from there. I'm not gonna say
Howdy,
it.
partners. How y'all doing tonight?
Well, we're just waiting on Failed to join up here. Hopefully he will do so, and then we can...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Ask some questions, but Dougie, is there anything you wanted to ask Swarner while we wait for Fail to come in?
No, don't forget about my teammate here.
Oh, I won't. I'm going with first to second.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
It was a very emphatic victory. How did you feel the strategy was going to play out to give you that victory?
Hold on,
I was... What?
I think my broadcast is not broadcasting anymore. Hold on.
You stopped the broadcast?
No, I didn't stop the broadcast. Just trying to see.
There's still a live Grand Prix going on, man.
I know that. Okay, yeah, you can keep going. It is still there, I guess. It's just...
Okay, well, back to Mr. Dougie Falcon's question. Strategy, I've been practicing a 3-stop all week. And did 1 practice session right before this race. Doing a 2-stop from soft, medium. If you watch the race, that's not the strategy. Freeballed it.
So, did you feel like that was your preferred? You felt like that was going to be the way to go, or did you just feel like you tried just didn't work and you just wanted to just try this one and see if it worked?
Oh man, I had a feeling over conversations throughout the week that that's what everyone else was gonna do, and I didn't feel like getting left in the dust. So yeah, I mean it was fun racing, especially when we had the little blood clot going through the middle stint. So.
You're pretty much guaranteed to be in platinum for next season. How do you feel you're going to fare for next season when you'll be up against competitive drivers on your level?
The last time I did my little platinum stint, I came off an alright season in Golden and then got my butt kicked, finished P15 every race. This season, I'm going to keep my expectations a little lower. I'm just going to go solid results, or consistency, there we go, or whether it's consistently 15th, consistently 10th, consistently 1st, not likely, but, just some sort of consistency would be something nice to work with.
It's a fair assessment.
Congratulations.
Obviously, yes. Obviously, we have Failed that's joined a little late. Thank you for coming in. My first question myself is for actually Airborne Tiger. Airborne, your thoughts on the race, and then my question for you was, did you think that Swarner was going to pit one more time, or at the end when he kind of slowed down a little bit to celebrate, if you could have pipped him at the end? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to do that. I slowed down at the end too, but yeah, my thoughts on the race, I'm just kind of mad that Swarner won from starting like 16th, not going to lie. Should have been my win, but whatever.
We got some hostility between teammates here. but they won't be teammates next year, so I don't think it's going to matter too much for them.
Yeah, the bromance broke up. It's done with. He threw my heart in the trash.
My second question I'm going to ask failed because no one's asked him yet. Thoughts on the race, your thoughts with the battle with Flying Yippo, and just just your thoughts on the race.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
P18. P18.
Was it 18?
Yes, it was 18, because Coleman was in 19. For sure. Any last questions, Dougie, before we end the stream?
I'll do 2 more questions. One for Airborne Tiger.
Sure.
In the strategy that you could have done, and you felt that Soren shouldn't have won the race, do you feel like you should have just defended Hunter and tried and not get passed by Soren, and you could have probably potentially have won the race, or you felt that was not possible?
Yeah, definitely not. No, not even close. Once he got past me, he pulled away like 2 seconds in like 1 lap, so there's no way I was keeping up with him, no matter how hard I defended.
Yeah, fair enough. And the last question is to Failed. Congratulations on the P3. Did you feel like you could have potentially won the race if you didn't make too many mistakes during the race?
Fair enough.
That's all I got.
With that being said, as he did say, not right now, this is obviously the last stream of Season 8 for TCR, but don't be too sad. We're going to have another stream for TCR Season 9 that will begin in February, on February the 4th, with the race for Silver Class. It will be the same time as this year, so 6:30 will be stream time, or sorry, 8:30, depending on where you are, 8:30 Eastern. And the last thing is, you can also tune in tomorrow for the Platinum races. We're gonna have JB and Kitten Petter as our 2 commentators, as always. As for myself, Connor, and for Dougie, good night, and hope to see you guys tomorrow.